this live self-defense video for when stuff hits the fan, prepper self-defense for SHTF. You're gonna learn how to end the fight in seconds for self-defense. End the fight as fast as you possibly can. You don't know who else is there, if it's multiple attackers, if somebody's sneaking up behind you while he's trying to get your attention. You don't know if they've got some kind of a bladed weapon or another kind of weapon that's even more dangerous. You want to immediately respond and address the threat and stop it in its tracks. You need stopping power. I'm gonna show you how to do that. The first thing I want you to think about are your shields. These are your shields. You get your shields up. Bringing your hands up with your fingers open in this position, away from your face, but in line with your eyebrows. So your fingertips are about as high as your eyebrows, or your knuckles as high as the eyebrows. This line, and you're pushing out. So there's about a 120-degree angle here on the elbow. So these are your shields, your forearms, your fingers, your hands, and your fingers are gonna be mostly together. These come up, shields up, put them between you and the threat. Good afternoon, Justin. We're talking about prepper self-defense for when stuff hits the fan, ending the fight in seconds using immediate, direct, explosive, close with, and destroy, all the basic principles of self-defense that work in the real world. So you get your shield up. The shield's here. Hello, Dave. It's good to see you. Dave's in California. Dave, I'm not in California. I'm in sunny South Florida. Although we woke up this morning and it was pretty cold. But cold down here is like 45 degrees. It's gorgeous outside. We just got done playing outside. I came in. I wanted to talk to you about practical self-defense. Self-defense, prepper self-defense for when stuff hits the fan. You get your shield up like this. We're going to end the fight very quickly. I want to close with the threat. I want to be right up in his face. My hands will go onto his shoulders if I can get him there. I want to, if he's bringing his hands up to throw a punch, I want my hands between my body, my face, and his arms, his body. This is going to stop his forward advance. It's going to stop him from coming in. Now, I'm not going to wait here for him to just come around and swing and hit me in the face. Good afternoon. It's good to see you. I'm going to immediately drive an elbow straight into his body. So the first technique I want you to practice, put your hands on the bag if you have a bag. Now, if you don't have a bag, you're not going to have to use a bag. You're going to drive this straight in. Dave asked if there are any self-defense classes in Florida. I would recommend you come down here to West Palm Beach and train with me here at the Quantum Martial Arts School. I'll teach you all the self-defense you ever need. Your hands are here. You're going to drive straight in. I'm closing the distance. And when I'm pushing my body in, my whole body weight, hello Magnus, it's good to see you. My entire body is going to come through the tip of my elbow, either into his solar plexus or up into his throat or up under his jaw, his chin, or straight into his nose. That hard point on my body is going to smash something. Good afternoon, Robert. It's good to see you. Cousin, yeah, we're cousins. The hands are here. I come straight in, and then I'm going to drive this one sideways. Now, you don't have to do this exact combination, but this is something you should practice so that it comes out of you naturally, instinctively, kind of like a habit. Your hands are here, and you're gonna drive, and then I want you to turn your body and drive. Notice that my hands are touching him. I'm stopping him from coming into me, and then I'm gonna immediately stick this somewhere in the middle of his body, somewhere in the soft spot, solar plexus, throat, chin, right into the nose. And then without removing this hand, I'm not gonna pull back because that can give him room to get away or him room to swing or stick something in me. From here, I'm gonna immediately turn my shoulders and hips. Remember, all the stopping power comes from your shoulders and hips. You wanna knock somebody out for self-defense, you want to push somebody back for self-defense, or hit them with so much stopping power for self-defense, you need three things. You need full extension, you need that rotation of the shoulder and hips, and then when you can, you need to move your body into the attack by stepping with your feet. And if you can't step with your feet because you're already so close, lean. Just from here, lean. So step one, get your shields up. Shields up, and they're nice and firm. They shouldn't be collapsing, coming back and smacking yourself in the hand. Hello, Awkward the cat. My hands are here. I drive here. I drive here, and I'm gonna come down over the top. Do you have to practice these three in combination? No, you can do any three in combination. You can do this one 3 times. You can go straight in with these. And by the way, I call this putting your helmet on. So if I say put your helmet on, what I mean is cover this side of your head, expose the back side of your arm, which has less nerves, less muscle, less arteries, less tendons that they can slice up. Good afternoon, Matthew. So expose, and then it also, if you look what's happening, it's like a shock absorber for your head. So if you get hit, your hands here, your body is going to absorb most of it. You're not going to have that knockout blow. If your hand's here, and especially if your chin's up, that's when you get knocked out. You tuck your chin, put your helmet on, your shields are up, helmet on, and it's not just putting your helmet on to cover your head, it's putting your helmet on as you close the distance, smashing through here. My hand was here. I stopped him. As soon as he came up, he started to posture, or push, or grab, or hit, or throw something at me, or come at me this way. I'm going to close the distance by stepping in, drive here. My hand, this right hand is coming into his jaw. This left hand is now going to come down over and smash into his jaw or his temple, knocking him out, or into the neck, hitting those nerves, knock him unconscious, or break that clavicle, break his upper arm, smash it in somewhere. So from here, get your shield up, helmet on, bring this elbow in, bring that elbow down, and then I want you to grab your own hand here, and you're going to smash straight into his face or into his throat. Hello, Patrick. Patrick's in Slovakia. He says it's a lot of snow. Patrick, it was cold here this morning, but that means it was still warm compared to Slovakia. No snow, but lots of sunshine today. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Just like that, and there's a finishing move before you're done. You immediately stop his forward advance. Get your shields up, right? From here to here. Not to here. This is never going to be fast enough. Never here. Don't stand like you're a bouncer in the club and you're going to block him real fast. That doesn't work. That's a myth. People used to teach that. Doesn't work. Hey, Terry, it's good to see you. Thank you for that. Terry said, great stream. From here, hands up. If my knuckles, my punching knuckles, right? If my knuckles are as high as my eyebrows, I know that my head is going to be protected. And I don't have to try to get my hands up in time because the message doesn't go from my brain to my hands fast enough. So here comes the punch to my face. I sense it. If I'm here, I can't do this in time. I'm going to get hit before my hands come up. And there's so much evidence, video evidence, that shows that happening over and over and over again. You know what doesn't happen is when your hands are here, they don't throw a straight punch because your hands are here. They might come around or they might move, but your hands are going to do something now. You're not going to wait. You're not going to be on the defense. When you defend yourself, when you practice prepper self-defense for when stuff hits the fan, when we want to end the fight in seconds for self-defense, you have to become the first mover. He's the first aggressor, but then you're immediately going to respond. Close the distance. Get your hands on him. Drive, elbow up, in, down, smash into the face a couple times, and then drop. Change levels means bend your knees. Change levels and drive this elbow into his solar plexus to literally knock him out of there, knock him back. So as soon as you realize you're in danger, you're not going to wait any longer. You've made that mental calculation. You're not going to try to block. You're not going to wait for him to pull out a bladed weapon and then cover up like this and just get slashed to death, literally. You're going to put your hands in this position, get your shields up. You see him coming forward. You're going to move in and close that distance. You're going to put the helmet on, bring that into his head, bring this down over the top, grab your own hand here. That's my left hand over my right hand, and I'm grabbing on the meat side of my pinky finger, back behind the pinky. And then that goes straight in. These knuckles, supported by this hand, are now going to smash his nose, his teeth, his throat for self-defense. Hello, Doug. It's good to see you. I smash in here, and then I finish by dropping. I turn, I come under him, and then into his solar plexus and knock him that way. If you have to, from here, you can come back here and do a few more strikes. Remember, the fight's not over till you win. But you want to do, Doug asks if I ever pull your punch to get in a better strike. Yeah, sure, Doug. It's all kinds of trading, but that's competition. That's for competition. If I'm kickboxing or if I'm doing traditional taekwondo fighting or karate fighting, there's all kinds of strategies, techniques from boxing. There's all kinds of things where you pull one punch, you fake with one, you lead with one, you make them think you're gonna hit him here, and then you come down and you hit him here. You do that all the time. But when you wanna end the fight in seconds, we're talking about prepper self-defense for when stuff hits the fan, you wanna end it in seconds for self-defense. You don't know what else he has. You don't know if he's the distraction and his 2, 3, 4 buddies over here are coming behind you, one with a chunk of concrete to smash you in the back of the head. You don't know what else he's got on him. You don't know if he's got a bladed weapon or a kind of weapon, right? And you don't want to find out. You don't want to find out the hard way. So you want to immediately respond. So you're not going to trade punches. You're not going to bob and weave and stick and move. You don't have to do all that. You're not going to jitsu him onto the ground and pound. Although I do think you should know how to grapple and how to defend a takedown and know how to get up off the ground. I think you should know how to do some grappling. That's not what I'm saying. I'm not saying don't do jiu-jitsu. It might end up on the ground, and then I hope you know what to do. But what I'm saying is, don't make this a competitive match. Use violence. It's all about violence. It's about close with and destroy. These are principles of self-defense, not martial arts. Close with and destroy. Violence of action. Fight's not over till you win. Immediate, direct, explosive. What's immediate here? Your hands, your shields come up. Immediate, right now, right? I'm not waiting for him. Immediate means I gotta go. From here, it's immediate, direct, that shortest distance between 2 points, straight line, boom, boom, right? My elbow, his nose, my elbow, the bottom of his chin, my elbow right into his throat. My helmet goes on, I drive this into his jaw, I smash that down into his temple, and then I smash into his face 5, 6, 12, 15 times, and I stop, and I drop him in there a couple times. Fight's over, then you have to deal with his buddies, or the guys over here, or he's on the ground, you get up and you go, you get out of there, right? Because it's self-defense. It's not MMA, it's not karate, it's not taekwondo, it's not Shaolin Kung Fu, it's not Wing Chun, it's not 1-inch punch, chain punch, none of that stuff. I'm not saying that doesn't work. Those are all techniques, but principles of self-defense are completely different than principles of martial arts or principles of sport martial arts in competition. In competition, it's all about scoring points, whether it's, or knockouts, right? Knockout, that's just an ultimate point. But it's all about points, and it's about rules, and there's a referee there, and there are well-defined rules, right? Self-defense, he's trying to take something from you. Your money, your freedom, your life, the money, freedom, or life of the people around you, your kids, your wife, your significant other. All of that is what was at stake. It's not about points. It's not about money. It's not about a purse. It's not about a belt or a black belt. None of that matters. That's all garbage in the situations that we're talking about. We're talking about self-defense for the prepper. When the stuff hits the fan, you want to shield up as fast as possible, get your helmet on, drive to the elbow, drive down on top, smash in the face. And even that, you don't have to do those exact techniques. You might do something else. You might put the hands here and realize this isn't the best move. The best move is a knee straight into the groin, the front knee. Let's drop the camera a little bit. We gotta make our guys shorter. We need to get the Muay Thai bag, the hanging bag. And I need a new tripod. I broke the tripod before I left the other martial arts school. And now in this new school, I just have the little gorilla pod. So as soon as I make a little bit more money, we'll get a nice tripod. Or a cameraman, that'd be even better. So my hands are here. Maybe I'm not gonna do this first. Maybe I wanna bring this knee up and straight in to his groin, right? Lift him off the ground here. Maybe it's a stomp onto that foot right here. Maybe I do this. There's a Jeet Kune Do kick, the elliptical kick, where I bring it in and I hyperextend his knee back, and that drops him. Then the second technique is the elbow. Maybe the first technique is I just pop my hands onto his ears and box the ears by flushing that air into his eardrums, popping them, and put them on the ground that way. You know, there are a lot of things. Maybe I reach down and I grab some of that back fat he's got and I twist it really hard and wrench up all those nerves back there as my first strike. Or maybe just with a closed hand, I come in for that shot, that kidney shot, that liver shot, coming around in the back, and that's my first technique. Or, you know, it's even a lower technique. it doesn't matter what the technique is. What matters is the principle. The principle is get the shield up. The principle is immediate, direct, and explosive. Close with and destroy. What targets can you remove or destroy with your elbows, knees, hands, everything that you can do. Oh, yeah, Matthew says the nor'easter. Yeah, I forgot about that. The big snowstorm up north. Who all is getting snow today? A lot of you guys have snow around the world. Yeah, Doug says put your fingers interlaced, makes it a stronger position. Yeah, there's all different kinds of ways to make fists too. You make a fist like this. I call that a knuckle sandwich, right? When you're a kid, you want a knuckle sandwich. That's that knuckle sandwich. That knuckle sandwich can do a lot of damage in the right spot, in the right spot, in the right spot, into the right spot. So it doesn't really matter what the technique is. You want to use Wing Chun, you want to use some Kung Fu, you want to use some Bruce Lee, Ip Man style, use it. You want to Jiu-Jitsu, use it. You want to box, Western boxing, you want to do Greco-Roman wrestling. Use all your techniques that you've practiced, but be immediate, be direct, be explosive. Ask yourself, what targets can I remove or destroy? His ability to see, breathe temporarily or permanently, his ability to hear, or to have his equilibrium, his ability to stand up, his balance, or go into the head. Now, Demoko says Wing Chun is useless. Demokos, I'm going to say this. I have a love-hate relationship with Wing Chun and all things JKD, all things Ip Man, right? I love so much of it because, like, I love the Mukjang. I love the, what do they call that? The thing with the hands on it and you smack it. There's so many good parts to the Wing Chun and the Kung Fu and the moves, right? I like all that stuff, but more from an SHTF, from the martial arts side. Now, self-defense, what I don't like about it is that a lot of the practitioners say Wing Chun is the one solution to all styles. And that's where I have a problem with it, because it's simply not. It isn't. And you'll see these videos. Can Wing Chun beat the boxer? When they'll say yes. No, it can't. No, can Ip Man beat Mike Tyson? No. Bruce Lee, if you fought against Mike Tyson or Muhammad Ali, his contemporary. No, that doesn't work like that. Because, again, we're talking about apples and oranges. Now, if they were both doing Wing Chun, maybe, who's a better Wing Chun guy? But if we're talking about power, think about what a boxer does when that bag swings back and forth. And that's why I like punching bare knuckle, but when we hit the big heavy bags, I like to put those gloves on, because those gloves allow you to hit it harder and really build muscle and densify, make the bones more dense and the tendons more dense. So there's value in everything, though. So I wouldn't say, does Wing Chun have no value? Is it worthless? I'd say absolutely not. I'd say there's a lot of value there. There's a lot. It disciplines your mind. It disciplines your brain. It gives you great physical fitness. It gives you great flexibility. There are a lot of great values. There are good techniques for self-defense in the Wing Chun, but you just have to have the principles of self-defense that you put on top of whatever your style or your techniques are. All styles become good, except Tai Chi. That's mostly a joke. That's an inside joke. Because Tai Chi is so painfully slow for me. For some people, they love it and there's nothing wrong with Tai. And I've done a lot of Tai Chi trying to like it, and taught Tai Chi because I really wanted to love Tai Chi because it seems so interesting. I see so much value in that. But for self-defense, and can you use a Tai Chi move to strike with? Yeah, you got to go faster than Tai Chi speed though. That's my whole point. You got to apply the principles of self-defense to the Tai Chi move, and then it's all good. It all works. Any kind, a haymaker, hillbilly haymaker, has a lot of value and effect with the guy who knows how to deploy it and how to use it. So you guys have been awesome. I got more errands to do. We'll be back. And yeah, Krav Maga, Sistema. And Krav Maga and Sistema. Now you got me thinking about the Sistema and the guy with the belly doing the dim mock death touch and the little loop-de-doos and stuff. And again, same thing. There are some moves in Sistema, you take some of those moves, you apply it to self-defense, works all the time. Same thing with the Krav Maga. Krav Maga, I would like a little bit more if they punched each other in the face, kind of like a boxer does. It'd make it a little bit more, for me, that's my personal opinion. But I see value in all of it. That's my point. Don't ever throw any martial art away because there's no value there. Just find the value in it, and when you need it for self-defense, apply self-defense principles. And then, if you want to say, well, can Krav Maga beat the Western boxer? Not in the boxing ring. Can Shotokan, or even better, Kyokushin, can Kyokushin guys kicking the baseball bats and those tough Masoyama guys, can they beat the Western boxer? Not in the boxing match. If the Western boxer goes to the 100-man kumite, if he's not allowed to punch him in the face, then he's done, right? If the boxer's not allowed to punch anybody in the face and he does the 100-man kumite, he's lost. But you guys have been awesome. I will see you in next few minutes. We'll do another one. Thank you.